So everybody, this is my good friend Frank Taliber, who's also a published author. So I'll let him introduce what you do.
What I do is I write books, novels, mainly in the field of urban fantasy and paranormal thrillers. I've done some romance, science fiction as well, comedy. I've done many blogs. I've done a few videos for those of you who have followed me before, and a very creative person, basically.
So why I'm here is on Friday you talked me into going to a writers' conference down in Burnaby.
Yes.
The Creative Ink
Writers Festival.
Writers Festival.
He has a hard time with that one,
I
folks.
do. I don't know why. So what we did is we trundled down to Burnaby on Friday, shot a load of footage, had an absolute blast and a giggle, didn't we? Now I've never been to a writers' festival before, and I didn't quite know what to expect. I didn't know whether it would just be a room where people just kind of buy each other's books or something. So when I got down there, I had a very pleasant day. So I'm going to run the video, see what you think, and cue the Creative Ink
Writers Festival.
Hey,
he's got it!
So Frank, what are we doing today?
We're off to a writers' convention. We're going to hang out, sell some books, do some presentations, hang out with other writers.
Yeah.
Just do the whole writing thing.
And that's in Burnaby?
That's in Burnaby, so we're going off to Burnaby from here.
Okay. And what's kind of the point of these things?
The point of these things is to become a better writer, basically. You listen to other writers and readers talking. They'll do presentations on how to, certain genres, how to write them, or how to do fiction, or how to do live, not speaking, but how to do things like a scene break, or how to open a novel, things like that.
So it's a bit like a meet and greet then.
It's like a meet and greet network, and then the whole idea is you meet other authors, writers. There's also publishers there as well as editors. So some people are looking at their books published still. So you do presentations for these guys, and then they also have Blue Pencil Cafe, where established writers get 5 pages of work or so from another author, or from a beginner, and you kind of look at it, break it down, and go, yeah, that's great, this doesn't work. The whole idea is to sort of help other writers up and coming as well.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
Let's go to Burnaby.
Let's go to Burnaby.
But first, let's go and get some breakfast.
Yeah, that's right.
The old Mount Shem up there, your favourite mountain.
Yes.
Stood on top of that, haven't we?
Yes, and one we almost died on. So if he hasn't told you,
well, you died because because somebody stood up in the middle of a thunder and lightning storm, didn't they? Right on the very top.
That'd be pick me. Me and another guy. You were there, but you got split off with the other Nigel. And yeah, lightning came in, hit the ground, deafened us, and hit the ground about 100 feet from us, because you guys saw it, we didn't. And you could feel the ground shake, a little bit of electricity, but that's about the closest I want to be to dying, I think.
I'm glad I didn't have to go back and tell your wife.
That'd be bad, Steve. That'd be really bad.
The bad thing, well, there's good news and there's bad news, Jen. The good news is we had a lovely walk.
Yeah.
The bad news is
didn't fall off the side of the mountain.
The bad news is Frank's a black smudge on the top of Mount Shem.
Yeah.
Burnaby Writers, what is it? Burnaby Writers Conference?
Creative Ink Festival.
Creative Ink
Festival. Writers Festival.
Creative Ink Writers Festival. Where are we? Creative Ink Writers Ink
Creative
Festival of Ink
Writers Festival.
Creative Ink Writers Festival. Check it out.
Check it out. We arrived.
Check it out.
Nice place.
Yeah.
And if you sell enough books, you can go in the casino
and gamble it all
away, or become a millionaire. Bonus plan.
Yeah. That's probably better than selling books, actually.
Probably is.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
It's like you're going on holiday, Frank.
We're in Hawaii.
Viva Las Vegas.
everybody.
Yeah. But do you find these things helpful?
The conferences?
Yeah.
I do. Because you connect with a lot of people, writers, readers. The whole idea is networking, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you'll hook up like that lady over there, an editor. Great,
yeah.
I'm looking for an editor.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the kind of stuff about networks all about.
Yeah.
And then you get to meet them, talk to them. Sometimes you go, oh yeah, I'm a brilliant person. I'm going to buy their books, or go online and buy their books.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're just chatting with, I just had a talk to that guy, he's on Facebook. I said, I recognize you. He said, well, I never met you. I said, you're one of my guys on Facebook. He goes, yes, I am. You commented on a lot of stuff. He goes, yeah, and so have you. I said, oh, okay. So, you know.
I did that in Retford the other day.
Yeah?
I walked out at pub, and there was a woman there that's on my Facebook. And I went, oh! So I went and tapped her on the shoulder. She looked out of the skin. She had no clue who I was whatsoever. She thought, you're on my Facebook. She went, oh! Oh, am I really? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So don't sneak up on people.
Yeah. Especially if they're ex-paratroopers, because they might, their instincts might kick in.
Oh yeah, might get kicked.
Do you actually find that happening to you?
Might get kicked in the ghoulies.
Yeah. You actually find that happening to you if someone was to like jab you in the back or something?
Yeah. No, not really.
No? You're pretty cool and tempered.
Yeah.
That's
My worst one, and this is like my Achilles heel,
yeah,
is when somebody gets you in the ribs there.
Really?
That makes me pretty, because if I'm like, got a cup of coffee or anything, it just goes, wait, because I have a real bad startle reaction to it, because I'm really ticklish under there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So
if I'm carrying anything, it just goes, whip!
So we're at 1500, right? Yes.
When you got to do your thing?
I'm just going to double check. 15.
We're in there.
It's stupid, believe me, it's true.
Oh God, not front row.
Front row? Right
No, these two. Can't do front row. You burst into flames if I sit in front row.
I actually like front row.
Oh, could sit over there.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. There's just lots of good information. If nothing else, just sort of helping you confirm you're wanting to be a writer, and that there's other people that struggle with same craft.
Yeah.
And sometimes just good ideas. Like, oh man, think of that.
And everybody's at different levels.
And everyone's at different levels. That's right.
Yeah, because I guess if you're starting out, it's kind of daunting, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Very daunting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, you're like, oh man, can I really do this? I want to do it, but I don't even know where to start. I haven't even read the first draft, blah, blah, blah. Or sometimes you write the draft and think, I got it. Then only to realize, well, that's just the beginning.
I think that I'm getting is, as a writer, it's very isolative. You're on your own, but there's all these support mechanisms to help you.
Yes.
So
whether it's just going on a web page to look at, like she said, where you can have that writing sprint, so you can have other people that maybe time you to write, and you guys show them.
And you take as much or as less as you want.
Exactly. And then a lot of feedback. Like a lot of these sites have articles they've written about writing, and part of what they've talked about.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. And then some of them you can pay for it. Most of it's free these days. So it's just a support network to keep you going.
Yeah.
Like you said, this outline of 7 habits. And at first I thought, that's just kind of hacky, but okay, let's try this because I want to keep focused on writing. And so a couple of them were quite good. Like, okay, that whole breakdown of breaking down like into a 12-week plan.
Yeah.
Never thought of that.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, so I have to look at where I want to be at the end of the year. I want to have a so now if I break down month by month, that means that I got to write 5,000 words this month.
I guess if you just take like one thing away, then you win, aren't you?
Yes.
If you've got something, you take that.
Yes. That's usually when I used to go to any kind of a business course, the same thing. If I learned one thing, then I got something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I learned that. And that's one of the things I learned so far.
Yeah. So, full day of lectures. I'm absolutely whacked, but it's been an excellent day. Yeah, exceeded expectations, learnt a lot, and well worth coming. And yes, I moaned about my $60 that I had to pay, but it was well worth it. So we're heading home now. aren't we? We're heading home.
We are heading home.
Yes, tired out.
Tired out.
Lectured out.
Lectured out. Full of Chinese food.
Full of Chinese food.
But we learned a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Very cool stuff. So, if you're ever thinking about going to a convention, a writer's convention as a writer, do it. You'll be unexpected surprises are kind of what is the bonus. And then you learn about things that you didn't know existed. And think, well, I gotta try that when I get home.
Certainly worth it, isn't it?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, let's go home. Okay, so we had a good day, didn't we?
Had a great day. It was a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. Really enjoyed it. Thoroughly recommend going to a writers' conference. So if we're going to pick one thing that you've taken away from this conference, something that's kind of hit deep within you, what would it be?
I think what hit deep within me, and didn't really occur to me until I started hearing everybody talking, is that with the bulk of publishers these days, they can't afford to promote writers anymore a lot. So you have to take on writing as a business, your business. So you have to be more professional, and I think you also have to realize that you have to promote yourself in various ways through whatever avenue that the world is evolving, because the whole publishing field is changing these days, and it's up to you to do it.
Yeah. So you've got to be like a jack of all trades.
I think so. And you have to look at all the avenues, where to advertise, how to advertise, videos, audiobooks, and there's lots of things on the internet about ways that you can promote yourself.
Yeah. So if you're creative writing just for a hobby, you can write a manuscript, write a book, write a book of poetry,
Yep.
something along that lines, and it's your hobby.
Yep.
But if you're going to move it into a business, then you've got to be a jack of all trades and run it like a business.
Correct. That was the biggest realization at this particular conference that I got.
So in terms of your writing, Frank, how long do you spend writing? When do you write? Do you have a regular routine?
Yes, I usually do. They say that the best time to write, and typically is the first hour after you get up or the last hour before you go to bed. So for me, I typically will write first thing in the morning, first hour. I will write on the weekends a lot, but typically on a regular basis, the first hour of the morning, because your mind is still in that kind of alpha state where you're still coming out of sort of dream mode.
Yeah. Okay. And as I say, it must work for you because you've wrote 7 novels.
Exactly. And there's several more on the go that I've already got. So.
Yeah. So what I took away from it
Yeah.
is the fact that writing can be a very isolative hobby. I mean, I have to write on my own. I can't stand any kind of TV or interactions with people. So for large amounts of time, you find yourself at your computer, in a room with the door closed, and time just drifts by. There's not a great deal of social element to it. So, but by going to these conferences, you see that you're not just an author in yourself, a writer in yourself. You're actually part of a community,
Right.
of like-minded, creative people.
Absolutely. Agree
And when
with
you
that.
get together, you strike up fantastic friendships. You discuss all sorts of everything. I mean, talk about publishing and running it as a business. There's a huge amount of learning there, isn't there?
Yeah, lots of learning of that, and then lots of other things. You'll learn a lot of things that you thought already had the hang up. There was one on killer openings, and I thought I have great openings, but when you read what they have to say, you pick up something, or if nothing else, then you relearn what you already know, and hopefully get better at it.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, for me, the big thing is most writers are quite isolated, quite introverted, but you get this whole community of all fellow writers, and they're kind of all the same like you for the most part, right? But they all do the same thing. So you're all listening to each other, learning from each other, and encouraging each other to become better writers. That's the whole focus of these conferences.
And it shows you some of the, I always call them runoffs. It's other ways of making money, other ways of promoting your own interests, that kind of stuff. So a lot of the people that was presenting at this conference were doing it because they have this sense of giving back to the community. They're sort of up the ladders of success, and certainly for me, we're just starting out. So you can get a lot of good
quality feedback, a lot of good information, and I so believe in that karma of giving back, putting in after making something of myself, and I believe in that. And yes, these people are well established, most of them, and they're doing the same thing. But it's also about helping the beginners learn something. That's kind of the whole idea.
Yeah, and these conferences, they're pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, all over the world. Most cities in Canada have them. United States. I know in BC, where there's usually about a half dozen big ones every year that you can go to. Some are expensive, some are less. And if you do presentations, some of them you can either get in for free because you're doing the presentations, or whatever.
Because I didn't know what to expect. I did have a little bit of a grumble because I'm from Yorkshire and it's in my blood. And you can't. I thought it was a little bit expensive, but in terms of conferences, it was cheap.
Yes.
Because I think the Surrey conference will cost you $300 to $400.
That's correct.
Dollars for the weekend.
That's correct. Because they're usually inviting some really big names in there, and so that's nice too. Sometimes you get a really well-established name, huge author, and they attract a lot of people, so they've got to charge more for that. And I get that.
And you're going to spend it on a rock concert or something, like a festival.
Exactly.
And this is because I didn't know what a conference was about. I just thought it was like go into a room and chat to people. I was pleasantly surprised by the quality and what you got back from these little mini presentations, panel discussions.
Yeah, the panel discussions I thought were really good because there's a panel of 4 or 5 people talking about one topic, and then at the end you can ask questions, and they're kind of asking each other questions on the panel, feeding each other back, and you're kind of listening to all that, and then again you can ask questions at the end. Yeah. So lots of learning there actually. That was, the panels were really good.
Yes. So that was the Writers' Conference. Thoroughly recommend going to one. If you like this video, please, somewhere down here there's a subscribe button. That would really make my day. There's nothing I enjoy more than to hear that little bell go ding. And I know that
or better if it goes ding 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 ding.
Or ding 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 ding. Yeah, because then I know that the stuff that I'm putting out has got an audience and you're enjoying what I do. So hope you enjoyed this video as much as what we did, and we'll see you next time.
It was an absolute blast.
Indeed.
Enjoy.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers, thank you.